This is a scope storage room where we obtain our scopes. Security man to let you in at night. And they will be over here to your right.
All right. From the GI suite, you will obtain your GIF 190 scopes for EGDs. They'll be hanging in a closet, and they'll all have a manila tag attached. Keep that with you. GI has also made us these wonderful supply bags that you'll pick up a bag that contains the key card, water tubing, the buttons, and a cleaning kit.
And a bite block.
And a bite block.
All right.
All right, from the OR tower room, you retrieve your scope cart. Only one plug gets plugged in, just this main cord. Don't undo or redo any of the wires on the back. Ask the OR staff to bring you a bottle of sterile water and suction tubing and a suction setup. The canister may be on their rolling cart, or they can attach it directly to the cart. But you need suction tubing and sterile water from the OR. All right, so you're gonna open up your green sheet. This is what you're gonna place everything on top of. Water tubing, our key card, our 3 buttons, and our scope. First thing, we'll be putting the buttons on. You'll notice they're color coded. Blue one goes into the blue one. Red one goes into the red port. And the black one goes over top this biopsy port. All right. Okay, so now 3 things to plug in. First, the scope, letters up into the receiver. It'll click in. Your suction tubing that's going to your suction canister into the big silver end on the right here. And then for the water, since we know we're going to use this water to clean at the end, go ahead and put your sponge in the green box. Pour some water. There's a little line on here. You can see where to pour to. And now with this water, put the short end inside, attach the red cap. Sterile water, not normal saline. And now this double piece is what attaches to the scope. Big end into the big end, little end into the little end. So now you're ready to scope. You can turn your tower on with just one button. All 3 lights should then turn green. And then you want to practice test your scope before the real thing. So using the dials, big dial is making big movements up and down. Small dial, making small movements, side to side. And then with your water here, you can test that your suction top button is working and that your bottom button, if you're just covering the blue button, it's shooting air, so you'll see bubbles, versus if you push it in, you should have see water covering the face as you do there. That's to clean the face of your scope. Okay, so now you have finished scoping. It's time to do the bedside cleaning of the scope. With the sterile water that's in your green box, get your sponge nice and wet. The first thing is going to be just to wipe down from the handle to the end that went in the patient. Keep this, don't throw it away. This key card replaces the blue button. With the end in the water, hold down the buttons until you suck out all the water through the scope. unplugged your scope, wiped it down with a cavity wipe. We're going to show you where its home is. Just a reminder, all of these steps are on the guide that hangs on the scope cart.
Remember, wipe it down before returning it. To return your scopes, come back to the scope storage room. Have security let you in if it's nighttime. Okay. Now we have to leave our scope in the bucket. So put everything here on the counter.
Okay, so you're going to remove all your buttons, 1, 2, and 3. Place them all back in the bag. The Tupperware bucket you have filled with water to the fill line. This is the air test here. Turn it on. Push all the way in. You're going to make sure it's working by pressing on the center, and you'll hear little puffs of air. Hook this to your scope. And then submerge the entire scope in the water. Then we're going to be turning the dials just to make sure we don't see any air bubbles. We're looking for any leaks. Now you're going to leave it in the water, but to turn off the air, turn off the button, pull back out, and release it from the scope. And you leave this in the water for GI to clean in the morning. Just make sure your air machine is off and that you've left all the supplies on the counter next to it with the patient sticker attached to the bag.